Alex Burton here with Wide Open Spaces over here with Dave Mead from Mead Longbows. Checking out today, he made me my own bow up here. Came out today to shoot it and talk to him about the new things he's done with his bow off his old design and see what we got. So, how long you been building bows and how did you get into it?
Well, good question. Probably lots of kids or men can say that as a kid they started probably making bows, and so I started as a young kid, and just stick and string and sticks for arrows, and didn't know what I was doing. But I actually made some that I probably could have hunted with and didn't even know it. I didn't hunt at an early age, and then I set it down for a while and revisited it actually as an adult after diving into woodworking for many years. Only recently, probably I'd say less than 2 years ago, is when I started really making bows for real out of wood.
Oh wow!
And so it's been, this last 24 months has been a whirlwind. Started out just to make my first bow to hunt with, because I wanted to hunt in a more spiritual and more competitive way for myself. And not that hunting with a rifle is easy. It's I just wanted something with a little more reward, a little more challenge for myself. And I always found that I'm just the type of person that likes to challenge myself, and it just made perfect sense. So I tried, I was successful, and went on.
I fully understand that. So yeah, what things have you done on this new bow versus your old bow design?
Okay, the old bow design was great, don't get me wrong. My video where I did a penetration on a deer, as you can see if you watch the video, it works fine for what it's intended to do.
Just so everybody, I have one of his originals as well, the breakdown version. I made one of those. It does shoot really good, but this new version is way slicker. So,
yeah, I changed a few things. I had a couple of things that are trade secret that we can't discuss as far as some of the treatment process that I put it through, but as far as the other areas of discussion, there's the geometry. I changed the geometry of your SIA, which is the lever, like in an engineering standpoint, this is what creates mechanical advantage, and it removes stack, which is when you draw a bow, a primitive bow, back to a certain point, it just feels unbearable to hold it there, and that's what's called stack. It's like you're hitting a wall. Okay. Whereas these create a mechanical advantage that lets you draw it smoothly back, as you've seen, back to your 28-inch draw or whatever it is, and it allows you to draw something that would be uncomfortable because it's primitive, so you're holding back all that weight. If it's 40 or 50 pounds, you're drawing all that weight from the get-go to the anchor point, and you're holding it there. So I changed that. I have the angles here are the same. The shape of the limbs is almost identical. I changed the geometry and the length and the weight of your SIAs. But the treatment process is what it has increased the performance of the bow itself overall. They're still small, compact, they still fold. They're just tiny, powerful, primitive bows.
Now, what are the specs on the bow, like the materials it's made of and feet per second it can shoot?
Okay. Well, all that's going to be variable depending. It's a piece of nature, so it's not like a modern piece of performance that's made out of a machine. It's made by my hands, but they're all going to be within the same vicinity of performance, looks, size, and weight. I offer a target model, which is between 30 and 40 pounds, depending on your draw length. So it'll be 40 at your max, which is about 28 inches of draw.
Okay.
So if a youngster or a female archer or someone that may have some physical ailments that doesn't want to draw a heavy bow, a hunting bow, and just wants a backyard shoot, target shoot, you can actually hunt with it as well, the target model, because it depends on your state regulations. Depending on they have certain archery poundages that you have to hunt with.
Yeah.
But the target model can be used to hunt. The hunting model is going to be between 40 and 50. The materials that I use, your limbs are bamboo. It's one piece of bamboo. The SIAs, this is from a tree that I've harvested from my property, but the majority of what you all will be getting is a hard maple.
Yep.
And the handle will be maple as well. And then you'll have a specific type of thread that I supply you, so you can wrap on your SIAs, wrap on your limbs to your handle, and then I also provide a leather lace and a leather hinge piece, so you can make it into a folding hinging bow if you wish, and the glue to assemble all of it, and the instructions and video instructions.
Yeah. Yeah, mine didn't have the video instructions originally, so those were helpful. All right, now I know you can get a couple different ways. You can get the bow as a kit. You can get it custom made, fully assembled, ready to go. Like, what are the ways you can do it?
Sure. Yeah, the kit is the starting point, and there's a lot of bow kits out there, primitive or self bow kits. Typically, most of them require some bow making knowledge beforehand. Mine is for the complete novice, no experience needed. Just follow my instructions as the kit arrives to you in its components. You just assemble it, follow the instructions, and you are shooting a primitive bow that day.
Yep.
The kit itself is $99 plus shipping. It comes out to just under $119 shipped to you.
Yep.
In the U.S. A completed bow like this, custom made to your draw weight, includes a matched arrow that is ready to handmade by me, is ready to shoot out of that bow. That's $250 shipped to you, and that is basically you just unbox it and string it up and you
ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go.
Yep.
And then I have other options where I bundle in some arrows, some of my handmade arrows, with a kit that is very inexpensive as well. You'll notice that lots of handmade arrows can get quite expensive. They take a lot of time to make,
yep.
And not only to make, but make them to where they'll perform perfectly out of that bow.
Oh yeah.
And each arrow, so you can stack 6 or 7 of them, in your target. So that's the arrow making is quite of a chore, but I'm on the more affordable side, and you can bundle them and grab yourself a package of arrows in a kit, and in an afternoon have it assembled and be shooting downrange.
See, that's great. That's what I like. Mine didn't take very long to put together either. So, I mean, I got it, I assembled it, and I had some wooden arrows at the house. I need probably match them to that bow better, but yeah, I was flinging arrows probably within a couple days after I had it built. So,
very easy for the beginner, zero experience, and it could be a good father-son, a good time with your brother, or just whatever, even friends get together and build a hunting bow.
Me and my grandpa did it together as a project.
Perfect.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Now the arrows that come with them, if you order arrows from me, they come with field tips, or can you get broadheads on them, or?
No, just because I didn't want to get into the whole, everyone's different regulations and different state laws and stuff. So I make the arrows that I make are matched to your bow. They come with either 100 or 125 grain field tip, and so you can use whatever type of broadhead you're used to or like. I would suggest, if you're going to do something traditional, I would suggest like a 2-bladed glue-on type.
Yeah.
And that's about 100 and 125 grains or 150 grains. This way you can just, with a little heat, pull off the field tip and then glue on the broadhead.
And you're good to go.
And that's it. Yeah, they're Tonkin bamboo, so it's a bamboo bow shooting bamboo arrows with turkey fletch.
Gotcha. Now, if somebody wanted to really get traditional on this, could you use a pine pitch assembly on it? Would that hold, or?
I wouldn't. This creates a lot more force than most primitive bows. There's a lot of structural integrity that has to go into this joint right here.
Yeah.
So I would, if you wanted to go really primitive and not use the hot mill, then the next best thing would be hide glue.
Hide glue?
Animal hide glue. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And if you're comfortable with that, it's just a really messy glue, but I love it. I've used it on a lot of my sinew back bows.
Yeah, I've used it a few times. Yeah.
I actually, I used it on one of these before, and I wrapped it with sinew. So if you want to go totally primitive, and you want to use hide glue and sinew for all their bindings, you absolutely can, and it'll be a beautiful bow.
Now, do you have anything else in the future planned on these bows, or anything like that? Any new types of bows coming out, or?
I do have some new designs that I have yet to tackle physically. They're on paper, and they seem to work well on paper, but they haven't been tested, experimented with yet. I've been so busy with this one design that I haven't had a chance to do anything else. Now, I will tell you, I have one of these that is ready. It's going to be sinew backed, so it's going to be the same type of bow, except it's going to be sinew backed, and it's going to have a little more reflex.
Okay.
So it's going to have even more in performance.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, it's the more primitive you get, the more animal parts you add to a bow, the more in tune you have to be with how to care for that bow.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's something that I'm going to launch off in a kit design. It might be something that's going to be sold as a custom finished bow.
Yeah.
Sinew-backed finished bow. For the person that wants to, you know, spend a little more money, but have something that's just really top of the line, top of the mark performance, and totally primitive. So you know, everything in the handle, it'll be a permanent attached bow. It won't be a hinging bow. It'll be sinew back. The handle will be wrapped with sinew. The seals will be wrapped on with sinew, and it'll have a little more extreme reflex to it. So it'll be a little more of a chore to actually string the bugger.
Yeah.
It'll be, you'll have to watch your humidity levels, you know, because as with the composite bows that use horn or sinew or just sinew alone, like I have a bow that, you know, won't leave my rack until wintertime when it starts to get drier, because any other time of the year I don't like shooting. It changes completely because of humidity.
Yeah.
And that's because of the sinew. So there's just a little more in-depth knowledge and care that goes with the more primitive you get on a bow, just because of the changes that the climate can do to it. But you know, these right here, as they're sold now, are very sturdy, as you've seen. I mean, you can shoot them in a year-round.
Yeah.
In any type of weather situation. You just got to take normal precautions as far as, you know, protective coat and finish on it, wax. Don't let it just sit and soak in rain forever. Don't drop it in a puddle. Don't leave it in a hot car. You know,
I
stuff
think it's
like
good
that.
rules for any bow.
Yeah, you know.
Thanks for having me out here. I think we're gonna get my bow out and head out and go shoot it, and guys put some video on the end of that for y'all to check out and see what these things look like in action. So, well, Dave, thanks for having me out, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.